There we go. Okay. Hello again, everybody. I thought rather than tack this onto the front of my next video, it's going to be kind of long winded and probably boring. I'd do this as a kind of a separate video and kind of explain some of the things that are going on. Basically, what we're doing at this point, I kind of completed all of the discussion videos on the equipment that we use. So we're going to be moving on to the next phase. If you've seen some of my videos, I have mentioned a young man named Dalen Spratt, who is a paranormal investigator out of Georgia. Let's get this a little bit higher. There we go. And I don't know how he came about it, but I stumbled across one of his videos about a year ago, and he got me hooked. He's the one who I got the idea from to use the Spirit Box app. Oops, sorry about the police radio there. He uses a Spirit Box app on his iPad, and he uses that to do some of his investigation things. We've been asked over the years a number of times, why don't you go out and investigate cemeteries? A majority, if not all, of our investigations are from people who contact us, either through the list that can be found on Ghost Stop or some of the other paranormal related websites. They're listed usually by state, so you can look them up there. But I've been asked why we don't do that, and my basic comment was, why would anybody want to hang out in a cemetery? Even if your mortal remains are interred there, why would you do that? Well, apparently I was wrong, because Dalen Spratt does that. He has organized a group called the Graveyard Shift, and last count, I believe there was over 100,000 people worldwide that do this, or at least are interested in it, and they've joined the group. And the more of his videos I've watched, and I've watched probably well over 100. He's been doing the YouTube videos for probably about 4 years now, so he's got a bunch of them. Anyway, I started watching those, and he's the one who got me so hooked on this Spirit Box app. So, now that we've concluded all of our discussions on the equipment, or some of the equipment anyway, that we use during investigations, the next level of this, we're going to go out and try doing some Spirit Box sessions at cemeteries and see what that does. Now, Dalen has a lot more experience with YouTube than I do, so he knows a lot more about it. What he does, he goes out and does a Spirit Box session and records it. He then goes back home, listens to the recording a second time, and anything that he picks up listening on his earphones, he basically, I haven't figured out how he does it yet, but there's a way that you can overlay things onto the video. So when he hears a response, he overlays it in a section of the video where it pertains to the things that actually he hears that he didn't hear when he was doing the investigation. Well, I'm not that good. I haven't figured out how to do that part yet. So we're going to make our Spirit Box sessions kind of interactive. I'm going to go out and do the session and record it, post it on YouTube, and here comes the interactive part. I would like everybody who watches that video to listen very carefully, because you're liable to pick up something I did not hear in real time, because you have basically open spaces, ambient noise, cars going by, planes, somebody mowing the lawn in the next block, whatever, So there's a good chance that you're going to miss a whole lot of stuff. So what I'm asking is that everybody who watches the Spirit Box sessions, if you hear something that I do not acknowledge on the video, write down the time from the video that you heard it, what you heard, and please put that in the comment section. So we can get enough people to do that, chances are we can probably get more return, as it were, and their responses from the spirits than what I could hear when I was actually doing it. And I haven't yet figured out how to put those little captions on the screen that he does, so this is the only way I can think of to do it right now. Anyway, that's about the next step of where we're going. So if you're interested in that, watch for the next video. It's going to be basically me out in the cemetery somewhere and trying to make contact with some of the spirits that maybe have their bodies buried in the cemetery or somewhere in the area. My philosophy, I moved to a small town about 10 years ago, very small town, and I've done some historical research on different aspects of it. The more I get into it, the more I like it. My thought here is a lot of people, when they pass away, they don't have relatives, or they're the type of person that doesn't really talk about themselves a lot. So a majority of their experiences will never be known by any of their descendants or anyone else. So what I would eventually like to do, and the biggest cemetery we have has a pioneer section for those who were here when the area was developed and when the county was formed. There is another cemetery that is nothing but pioneers, the people that helped found the county and so on and so forth. But my feeling is I'd like to know more about them, what they did, just generally their lives, anything that they can tell me about what the county was like or what the city was like when they were here, things like that. But in order to get to that level, I have to start with one foot. You start your journey with the first step. And this will be the first step. We will be going out to the cemetery to do our very first recorded spirit box session using the app on the tablet. And if eventually we can get to the point where I'm proficient or semi-proficient at it, he's been doing it, I guess, like 8 or 9 years, and there's still things that he misses during the real live conversations that he's having. He has to go back and listen to the tape or listen to the recording to get things off of it. So I'm sure I'm going to be doing exactly the same thing. I'm going to miss a lot of what's being said. The spirit box sometimes will spit out words really fast. It will sometimes spit out words very quietly. And even by turning my hearing aids up, I'm going to miss some of it. So I'm kind of counting on everybody to help me out here. So if you watch the video, please do. A, hit the like button, which nobody has done on any of my videos yet. If we get enough likes on there, that's going to bring us to the attention of YouTube, and maybe we'll get them a little bit more exposure as far as when people are searching for paranormal or, whatever category they put in there. And secondly, if you subscribe, whenever I put up a new video, it will notify you of that. So, that all being said, in the next probably week, 2 weeks, depending on how much life gets in the way and, gets to lifing, I will be going out to the cemetery, or if I can talk my wife into it, the co-founder of Sumner State Paranormal. We will both be doing it. But kind of watch for that, and keep in mind what I've asked. Listen to the video. If you hear something that I don't acknowledge on the video, write down the time that you picked it up, the time on the video itself, and what you heard, and put that in the comments, please. So until we can get that all developed, I'm going to end this the way I end all of my videos, the way I talk to all the deputies for the Sheriff's Department every time they leave. Be safe.